Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
10 at the 50-yard line.
Now Breida on a toss left. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Tackle made.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Jackson. He'll go up top here for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. K.J. Hamler, 85 yards. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2 because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage, so now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Breida on the carry.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just know where to go, where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. To throw again, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run with Breida. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
The Dolphins are...
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Titans 14.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a pickup of 3.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They go play action with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
A.J. Brown, incomplete. Brandon Jones on the coverage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them, not necessarily what you look at your play.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
50 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot and see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Check 26, check 26.
From the gun, it's Tua. It's complete to Grant. The 40. The 20. 10. 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. So they connected on a short pass on 3rd and 1 to pick up the first, opting not to run it. Well, there was a lot of run after the catch all the way into the end zone.
On these short yardage plays, you often get man coverage in the secondary. Not every time, but oftentimes you do. So if you decide to go ahead and throw the ball, once they get away.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. On play action, here's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They go play action now. Jackson. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Justin Rohrwasser now for the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Dolphins 31, Titans.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. This is Jakeem Grant. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a toss play. It's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. It's picked up by the Titans. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Titans first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. That catch good for only a couple.
At the Dolphins' 49-yard line.
A throw over the middle taken in. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
It is good.
And he's able to put it through.
Dolphins 38, Titans 28.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this... And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 36. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
The 31-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, it's Henry. Down to the 25.
22.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
On the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Jackson.
Yard line.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. Now Tua. Over the middle to Beckham. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll toss it to Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd down, Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. There he goes, right side. just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
For a Miami Dolphins.
A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm coming for you.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Stop your whining.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Dolphins, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
it.